Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel with Lovely Life Mallorca. I'm Andrew and today I brought you down to near the airport. This is Can Pistilla. We're going to do a lovely little walk today from Can Pistilla going all the way to St Arenal, right down the end there. It's, as you can see here, the time now is 5 o'clock. We're 26th of September today, so really getting towards the end of the season now. But as you can see here, there's plenty of sunlight and it's still really mega hot here, believe it or not, and there's still so much to do on the island. And it's changed now. It's changed from coming away with families and things down to the older people, you know, the grandparents and that sort of thing. And because it's a little bit cooler than what it was in the season, you'll see a lot more people on bicycles and training, running, as well as sitting on the beach enjoying themselves and swimming and things. At this time of the year, there's so much more to Mallorca than going in the sea and sunbathing. So let's go and see what it's all about this time of the year. So come on, let's get going. We're down Can Pistilla. We've got a good amount of shops and restaurants and things like that just round here, and we've got a lovely port round the side there, and we've got this great cycle lane here that takes you all the way right up to Arenal. You can several ways you can get to Arenal from here. On a bicycle, you can see you can hire a scooter, one of the four-wheeled little fancy bicycles, if you know what I mean, and there's also the ting train and the normal bus. So there's several ways of doing this walk if you don't want to do the walk, if you know what I mean, and you can even run as well. I tell you, the beach down here is absolutely gorgeous. Let's go and have a see what it's like down the beach edge. So I was saying, this is my favourite time of the year to come, really, because you don't have the piercing heat now, but you've got lovely and warm. You've got sort of like nice warm days. A lot of different customers here now, holiday makers, as it were. And it's still nice and clear and bright and sunny. So this is, as I'm saying, this is one of my favourite times of the year, to be honest. And the sea is still such a lovely temperature for a paddle, as you can see here, or we swim a little bit further out. You can see people swimming here right up till Christmas and beyond. If you are coming here and you do fancy like a boogie woogie, as it were, right at the end now and now we've got it's like a Magaluf type of thing. You've got nightclubs and party zones and all that sort of thing up there. But this is more of a quiet area here. But it's only a little walk just up the road, or a trip, like saying, on ting train, or the normal local bus. Just lovely round here, isn't it? The island is so beautiful, isn't it? It's got so much beauty in every area, as it were. You know, it really has to be explored to actually appreciate what the island's like, to be honest with you. Really has. Wherever you are enjoying this film, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The thumbs up, subscribes and likes and all that sort of thing really do help the channel grow. As you're walking along here, you'll find some lovely sandcastles as well, where you find along the beach. I mean, they do have a lot of work put into them, don't they? Lovely. And then we have along here, you have lots of different paths and things. You can continue to walk up the road, or you can take the path around the side of the beach. You've got restaurants and bars each side, and you've got the beach bar, as it were, and lots of places to park your bicycle, as well as you'll find everywhere up here. You'll find places to charge scooters, electric bicycles and things like that. And if you do have a bike, an electric bike, and you actually get low on charge, as long as you go buy a drink or something in a bar or restaurant, a lot of the time they don't mind you using their electric to charge your items up. But honestly, you'll find little plugs everywhere, if you know where to look, where you can charge your bike up during the route. They're very bike friendly over here. I was saying there's lots of bike shops and things if you want to rent yourself a bike or a scooter along here as well. As you can see, there's lots of different shops up here as well. It really is nice. So if you fancy doing some beach activities sort of thing, the banana boats and adrenaline rides and things down in Arenell, you could do all this sort of stuff down the end. You can rent boats and things like that. They've got a big port right down the end. As I was saying, there's a lot of hotels along here with little cafe bars along the front. Everyone can use the cafes if you fancy a drink along the way. But you also find a good handful of spas and supermarkets along here as well. Just looks ideal, doesn't it? Rent a little scooter, have a little bit of fun on them. I think they're excellent, to be honest, I really do. And don't forget, if you are coming at the moment, the sun can still burn, so make sure you have got sun cream on. So I've seen a lot of red bodies. I think people underestimate the power in the sun at the moment. And all along here you'll find bus and train stops for the Ting Ting train, for the regular train, and they're ever so frequent as well. So if you want to do the walk one way and you want to get the train or the bus back, you can, and they're quite cheap as well. They're not badly priced. If you decide to rent yourself a bike, I really would recommend an e-bike, because you really don't want to work hard when you're on holiday, do you? You want the power of the bicycle to take the strain. As I've got a lovely e-bike, and it makes it a pleasure to ride the bike, if you know what I mean. Just when you get to a hill that's too much of an incline, should I say, on goes the power and you sail up the hill. It's so brilliant. It's a powered assist bicycle, not an electric bike, so you do have to pedal it if you choose. I said, lovely hotels with restaurants and things. And I do love all the trees that run along the side of the road. And if you want to get yourself a drink from the spa shop or whatever, I've often sat on this wall just there and had my sandwiches and a drink and things. I mean, the time now is 5:20, and there's still really nice amount of people on the beach itself. The restaurants are getting quite busy for the evening meals and things, and it's really it's a pleasure to see so many people out and about. It's nice to see the lifeguards are still open to the end of the season. And you see quite a lot of lifeguards walking up with two-way radios and things. You know, there's a lifeguard in at least one lifeguard in each of the huts. People walking around, like I say, with two-way radios. There's a vehicle as well that drives around and things, and they've got several main huts just off the beach where they all wait, type of thing. And it's, if you do need one, hopefully you won't, but if you do need one, they are very quick getting back there. I've actually seen them working, as it were. This is nice, isn't it? Just nice to walk up the beach, isn't it? You can paddle the whole way along here. If you don't want to look at the shops, as it were, It's nice to just have walk up the beach, paddling the whole way. And here we are, Playa de Palma. So peaceful, isn't it? So I was saying you've got the lifeguard huts, which are like here. This is one of them. They always have a couple of vehicles around and things, and the lifeguards are actually everywhere, patrolling the beach. You know, if I take this path here, which I think is a lovely path, where you can actually walk on the road itself. Plenty of places to chain your bicycle up if you want a little meal or something. And I was saying, we'll have a look in a minute, but you have lots of these little hookups to charge your scooter, your bicycles, even your mobile phones, anything at all that you can just use around here. And at night this gets really nice because these pillars here have got lights on top, and they do really make it look nice along here with the colours and things. So I was saying you can walk all the way up on this path the whole way. Or there's shops we're going to have a look at now, bars, restaurants and things in the actual road itself. A lot of it is pedestrian only up here, one way and things, buses, taxis and things like that, bicycles only. All kinds of a motorbike, I don't know if they're permitted or not, but it's just nice to have a walk and know you're safe, really, isn't it? So I was saying you've got all these shops up here as well. You've got a chemist just in the middle there. If you forget your towel, you can buy a towel for about £5 here. It's about €5. You've got your inflatables, your umbrellas. You can buy everything around here, you know. They sell everything. If you forget to bring something home with you, don't worry. And if you forget or run out of a proper pill, you know what I mean, a prescribed tablet, you can go into a chemist and they will do their best to give it to you know, supply you with it. I don't know if it's all tablets and things, but every time somebody's come, we've had a problem, overstayed or cancelled flights or something, we can get a lot of the tablets just straight from the chemist. Just take in your bottle, what you need, and they do really try to help you, the chemist people do. To me, it's all these trees that actually make the holidays, and when you walk along through like this, I just love walking through the middle of the trees, because it does, even though I live here, I love to feel touristry, if you know what I mean, like a tourist and things, and it really does make me feel special, if you know what I mean. You've got to take life on with two hands, haven't you? Because you never know what's just round the corner. If you fancy an excursion, you've got plenty of excursion here as well. If you're not sure what you fancy, have a look through my video back catalogue, as it were. You'll find I've got 600 films on there up to today, and you'll find loads of things to do over the whole island. No matter where you're staying on the island, I've got different things that may interest you, from trips on the bus, trips to Palma, boat trips, all different excursions and things, all suggestions on how to make your holiday or your stay enjoyable. And some of the trips I do are pretty cheap, and some of them are dearer, should I say, but it's a little bit for all budgets. As I was saying there, towels $4.99. And if you haven't got a lot of money, you've got little takeaway places as well. You can grab yourself a burger if you're on a tight budget. Or if you're not on the tight budget, you've got other excursions here. See, 2-hour boat trips, €28. 10 minutes on a banana boat, they're good fun, aren't they? €14. Jet skis, and they're going up to a catamaran sunset. So they've got something for everyone, all ages. All ages and all budgets. And even if you want to get your feet in the spa, fish spa, 20 minutes for €5. It's not badly priced really. You've got a little place here, chicken sandwich, chips and a drink, $8.99. And it's all different prices for everyone. I've got a hot dog there for €5. Rent yourself a scooter as well. I mean, as I say, they've got something for everyone. And the beach is just across the road, as you know. And saying this is Playa de Palma, it's got lots of hotels that line up all the way along the beach here. So if you are coming down here on holiday this year, you really haven't got far to get to the beach from your hotel room, because you've got lots of shops behind there. So I'll say the Ting Ting train runs ever so frequently up and down here. Lots of cafe bars, you fancy a drink, bite to eat. Really haven't got to walk far. So saying this is so much pleasant, because even though it's lovely and warm today, it's still in its mid-20s, if not a little bit hot warmer than that. But it's really pleasant because it's not burning hot, if you know what I mean. And again, every few feet there's another beach cafe, fancy a drink. Your sport for choice where to walk here really. We're on the footpath looking at the beach with all the people in the sea and things, or walking in the road on the pavement next to the cafe and bars, which has got people on as well enjoying themselves. It seems, I don't know, it just seems such a lovely place to walk. You just don't know which side to walk on, if you know what I mean. If you want to walk on this side with the cafes and bars, or the actual beach path looking at the sea and things. And in the middle here you've got these beautiful gardens as well. Put down below in the comments box, which side would you walk? This being the roadside or the beach side? I mean, I keep on changing sides to show you a little bit of both sides, as it were. And don't forget, again, we've got the Ting Ting train coming up here as well. So saying there's lots of these stops coming up here. So if you do feel tired, you can always hop on as well. And once you've got your ticket, it's an all-day ticket. I can't remember the price of it, but I do remember I was quite impressed that it wasn't overpriced, and it was an all-day ticket, so you can use it off and on as much as you like during that day. And I thought that was really good, I really did. And these little cars seem to be all the fashion these days for the children. Little one, the remote control, the children sit in there and play with the steering wheel and things, but the parents are behind them with a remote control showing where they're going, if you know what I mean. They're actually directing the cars, and it does seem really good fun, I must admit. Plenty of ice cream places, as I was saying. Different flavours everywhere. Hello. Get yourself a camera or a phone in your hand, and everybody wants to wave. It's really good, isn't it? It's like it's a community thing, and I really think we have got, as in Loving Life Mallorca, we have got a really good community, haven't we? I think everybody is so friendly on the page. There's always somebody to help you, especially with the Facebook and things. And I love seeing the photos people put on their holidays and things. what they've been up to and things. And these little water ones, these have been coming up lately as well. You put your own water bottle in there and fill it up with filtered water. Now that's brilliant, isn't it? That really is, and it's free. You've got a few of those lying around, not as many as I'd like to see, but there are a few around Mallorca, I must admit. Different kind of excursions here as well. You've got scuba diving, you've got the speedboat. Do you know, that's not bad, is it? 35 euros for an hour. The parasailing, that's always great good fun, that is. Aqua rocket, I think they're good as well. I've been on one of those, and then the catamaran at the top. And here you can rent a boat here with or without a licence. And excursions as well. You've got the caves, Drakenham, and the Valdemossa. This is a trip up to Formentor and Alcudia and things like that. And of course the train and the tram at the bottom. That's a great one, that is, isn't it? Train and tram. And if you fancy it, you've got sports car rental as well. Got some mellow places out in the evening as well. This is Bikini Beach just here. There's a place up here that you're allowed cars up for so far, and then cars aren't allowed any further. So you've got Burger King there as well, just on the corner as well. You've got the actual high street just behind here with a few shops. And of course around here it's also popular, isn't it, for Palmer Aquarium. That's local as well. That's only a few minutes walk from here as well. You see all fish and things in there. That's a nice trip, that is, as well. I mean, I can give you loads of hints on trips. You know, in my opinion, I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you, in my opinion, if it's worth going to or whatever. So you can always message me and email me and tell me what I actually think of the trip, if I enjoyed it, if it was worth the money and things like that. I'll be honest with you all, okay? So if you need anything, if you'd like to know any information or whatever, just please get in touch. And then again, on the other hand, if you are selling excursions, you like me to go and film, then please give me an email, a text or whatever, and we can communicate. And at the end of Playa de Palma again, you can see here the shops disappear and things to get back to the cycle bath. And then it goes up to Arenal in a few minutes walk or so. And this is where I'll cross the road again and head back towards the beach. I mean, it's absolutely ideal if you've got a wheelchair, mobility scooter or something like that. As you can see, this path is absolutely ideal for walking aids and things. So I mean, it is great just to do this walk along here. It's available to everyone. See here, they're getting ready for the evening now, aren't they? Or maybe the end of season. They've padlocked all their sunbeds up now, so maybe they're limiting the ones you can use. There's lots of umbrellas still, isn't there? You can get a little bit of shade under an umbrella. Lots of rubbish bins lying around, which is nice actually. It does look quite clean of rubbish, to be honest with you. I haven't noticed an awful lot of rubbish lying around, cans of Coke and things like that. You always normally see a few cans, but I suppose because it's getting quieter now, the bins are getting emptied more, so maybe that could be a reason there is room in the bins. You've got a few more bars along here as well, and restaurants just coming up. But I said, it's absolutely lovely. You come dusk along here and they turn these lights on and they light up the path, and it really does look nice. And in the summer where it's still so very warm at night, you've got the people, younger people on the beach with music and playing football and things like that. It really does make it feel nice, look and feel nice, you know. It's so different being abroad, isn't it? It's just different things the young people don't have, or they do, but it's not, game systems aren't as popular, should I say. It's the beach life that is popular over here, and you can really see why, can't you? You really can see why. And again, another beach bar just here. And the beach bars have still got a good handful of people, and it's not many tables that haven't got somebody sitting at, to be honest. So that's quite nice as well, isn't it? Well, I've got the shops coming back now, so I'm going to have a little look to see what's down here. Ting Ting train again. So I said, you really don't have to wait long for the tourist train. Hotels everywhere, so I'm saying, and they all come very close to the beach as well. And you've got these 4-seater bicycles. I'm never sure what these are called, to be honest with you, but they are quite good, aren't they? These ones just here. They are good, but I never know what they call them, to be honest. Put down in the comments what you call them. Looky people, a lot of them have gone home now. They're you haven't noticed so many. That was the first one I've noticed as I've done this walk. So a lot of them are, I don't know if they're going back home or they're just going to a different part of the island, maybe a busier part of the island to try. But last time I came down here in the season, there were a lot of them along here, I must admit. And the police were really enforced, because they can take all their stock off them if they catch them. So there's a lot more cyclists in Mallorca now, especially around Playa de Muro, the north of the island. That is well known for cycling because of the mountains. Because we've got the flat, and the island's really flat apart from the mountain ranges, so you can really choose if you want the mountains or if you want the flatness of the island. And I think that's what makes it so nice to cycle. And of course we get the weather here as well, don't we? Especially in the winter, it doesn't get especially cold, if you know what I mean, compared to the UK and things. So just round here as well, they even have a little night market just on as well. Find all the bars and things, a lot of bars up the side street just round here as well. And here we've got a nice little square here. There's the local church just there, as you can see. There's a little park in the centre. Hello? As I say, they're just setting up the night market now. And just round here we've got a water park as well, which is Aqualand Water Park. There's only a short taxi ride away from here. That's one of the big ones. There's two big ones here. This one, Western Water Park in Magaluf, and this one just here, this is Aqualand. I've got a video of both parks I made this summer, and also I made one of trying to compare which may be, in your opinion, I've asked you to come up with your thoughts, which is the best one in your opinion, if it is Western or if it is Aqualand. I've tried to compare the two similar rides together to get you to make an honest review, if you like. I've shown you the evidence, and it's up to you to make your own verdict. And the closer we get to Arenal, you'll notice it starts going more German, if you know what I mean. There's signs, the menus and the bars and everything gets made towards Germans and things, because actually Arenal is a German, as I always call it, it's like a German Magaluf. And that's all round here, that is. Up the side streets you'll find a strip of clubs and things like that. You'll find pubs and clubs like that all up the side street, all with giving German branded beer and all that sort of thing. And up here there's a nightclub just up here, and this has got the best, apparently it's the best of the bands from Germany come over here and play for the crowds just here. And this is up the road a little bit from here. Again, now we're getting more towards an area, if you know what I mean, more towards Arenal. It is getting busier, isn't it? A lot more restaurants, the music's starting to get a little bit more. There's a lot more people out and about and things, and the restaurants and things, so you can really tell a difference. But they're very close to each other, the three resorts along here. So if you fancy your own little picnic, eating a sandwich and a drink for €4, it's not bad really, is it? You can get a tattoo here, Pringles and Red Bull, more French sticks you can get here as well down below. So saying your holiday can be as cheap, as expensive as you like it to be. And there's a Burger King hiding in the middle there as well. There's a couple of Burger Kings up this way. She's one a little bit further up as well. So this building here, this was the nightclub I was talking about. It's called the Mega Park, and it has big names in it from around Germany and things. I've never heard of any of them, but they are advertised everywhere. And there's a big old building in there, to be honest. There's no roof as such on it, but in there's loads of different little bars in there, and stages with the acts on them, and lots of bars outside and things. So this does seem to be the place. I don't know if you'd compare it to BCM in Magaluf or not. What do you reckon? Would you compare this to BCM or not? If you've been in there at all, this is a mega park. Around here there's lots of cafes just round as well, just outside here. It's been the happening place, should I say, just round here. Then normally the beach here is probably the busiest part of it for the beach, if you know what I mean. There's normally loads of people down here, and it's where you'll find the looky people down here as well. But as I was saying a few minutes ago, it has all changed, and the ages. I mean, normally I came down here with loads of beer cans all along there, and they were playing like 10-pin bowling with beer cans and a tennis ball type of thing. But as you can see here, it's completely changed. It's actually a lot cleaner. The police were coming along here as well, encouraging the younger people, if you like, to put the rubbish into bins, but not by asking them, by fining them if they didn't. So you can't get much more of a asking people by saying, will you, otherwise you'll get this fine. See how quick they put them in then, and then they just kept, all the police were doing is kept on walking up and down on said race and walking and all different things, just keep on walking up and down, keeping an eye on the people on the beach. And if you don't want a dinner as such, you can even get coffee and a cake along here as well. I mean, everywhere does coffee and cake. You get your apple pudding and all like that, ice cream, and sort of even just a Coke, a beer, or you know, wine or whatever. You can get everything you want along here. And just here we've got like our crazy golf area is here with dinosaurs. So it's sort of, this is always popular, isn't it? The dinosaurs always popular with the children, as you can see here. And don't forget, we've also got caves, haven't we? Got the Caves of Ham with Dino Land, and that's a popular place to go as well. If you fancy, that's the east part of the island, so you would need transport or part of an excursion to go there as well. But everything's popular here, isn't it? You know, you can get there by bus and things. And if you fancy a t-shirt or something off your stay, you can get it as well. You continue walking down this road path here, you get to a port, a lovely little port just at the end here. Got a good handful of restaurants there as well. Nice little beach just round there as well. And because it's all by itself, you don't really get that many people around there, because it's, even though it's still very close, it's the opposite direction to where everyone wants to go, if you know what I mean. So it's a little bit quiet, I always find, just round there as well. And we're just getting well into it now, as you can see here. There's so many people around. The beach is still really mobbed. And the restaurants here, lots of them, of different prices and different meals, you know, whatever you fancy, whatever your budget is, you'll find something down here. There's looky people around every corner waiting to jump on now. Whatever you fancy, so it's Italian there and all different things. We're on the bus route, as you can see here. These are mainly bars up here, but as I was saying, since Arundel Way, there's a lot of German themed bars, German beers, different things like that. So this is what I was saying, because it's slightly further out. You know, you don't find this beach often as packed as it is today. Collection of looky people. So say they all seem to be up this end. And you can book your excursions here as well. You've got the port. Have a look with some boats just round the corner there. Lots of restaurants just round here as well. If you want a champagne or a wine or whatever you want to do to see the evening away. All these restaurants and bars, shops, the other side of the road just here. And of course, like I said, you can, if you don't want to do the walk back, you can always get the Ting Ting train, which is always a bit of fun, isn't it? I mean, I've seen so many of them this walk. It seems to be really often, and it's not really filled up at the moment as well, so there's plenty of space for everyone. And if you want a taxi as well, just here, this is the taxi rank here as well. So if you don't want to get the Ting Ting train, you can always get a taxi, or the proper bus stops just outside as well. So there is a choice, isn't there? Walking along the port itself, got the boats just over there, beautiful beach just here, as you can see, with different people playing sports on it and things. Lots of seating here as well. It's quite pleasant tonight, seeing at the time. It's just where it's not very busy now, there's more people to talk to and things, and you know, there's a lot more time on people's hands and things, which is quite nice. And the bus stop again, so I mean, that's a proper bus stop, that is. So this is the beach itself. I'm just on now, the sands. Over there playing ball and things. got say a couple of restaurants to my left just as we come round here, and then just through there you've got where all the boats are and things. You walk round the side and that's where you get on for the trips and things. Just round the corner. There's a queue of people normally round there in the summer there was, but quite a lot of people down just on the sea edge at the moment. I don't know if they're waiting for a trip or whatever, but it does seem to be a good handful of people around there. And they've got your pedlos as well. So this is where you'll see the boats that are just here. There's plenty of boats to rent if you've got a licence, not got a licence. Some of them are quite impressive, to be honest, the size of them. But it's definitely a nice place to come and have a little walk around. I must admit, the whole of this walk is a lovely walk. It's just a nice time of the evening, and it's just come up to 7 o'clock now, and it's, yeah, the sun's getting a little bit lower now, which makes the evening, really, doesn't it? The shadows look nice as well, as you can see from what's coming over from the trees and the people and different things. They've stopped doing excursions tonight. They're just closing the shop up now. But as you can see here, it's just a nice beach, isn't it? It's still a good handful of people in the sea itself and swimming, and there's a lot of people quite far out still standing, so it's nice to know that the actual sea isn't that deep, isn't it? God, that was a brilliant film, wasn't it? It's such a nice walk, I must admit. We go to Can Pistilla to here, looking at the boats, everything along the way, and they do love the bicycles, don't they, and everything. Scooters, that little land train is actually a brilliant way of making your way along there, isn't it? And we've got the buses and everything. And don't forget, if you come down here, we've got Palmer Aquarium, haven't we? We've got the Aqua Park, Aqualand, haven't we? And it's just such a nice place. And down, I mean, where are we now? It's 7:30 in the evening. And just look at it. The actual cafe bars are still busy. There's people on the beach. It's just such a lovely thing to do. It's a lovely place to come, and we are at the end of September. Under a week's time, it's going to be October. It's so hard to believe, isn't it? We're actually here. Anyway, if you enjoyed the film, please give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget the Facebook group, Love Mallorca, and also the website and everything. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, as I say, thumbs up and subscribe, and then I'll see you about. You take care of each other. I'll see you around. Bye for now. Must get walking, you know. I've got so much more walking to do. Catch you later.